Can we do this? Let me do this, right? We know that I'm not saying that John Harbaugh is going to come in and he's Lord Jesus Christ. I'm not saying that he's going to come in and they're going to win the Super Bowl or nothing like that. But I think that we all can agree even before the season starts, they're going to be a better team. Let's say that they're going to be a better team overall.
Well, what's your thoughts on Jim Harbaugh coming to the Chargers?
I think this. Jim Harbaugh has turned around programs and organizations that are far less greater talent than what the Chargers have. I think the Chargers were the best team talent-wise that didn't make the playoffs. It almost didn't even make sense that they didn't make the playoffs because of the amount of the talent and the amount of weapons they had on both sides of the ball. And I'm Khalil Mack and Derwin James and kind of just throwing some names out there. Keenan. And I know Mike Williams went down and they got hurt, but you're talking about the left tackle over Sean Slater. You look at that team, you're like, man, this team ain't make the playoffs. It doesn't even make sense. I strictly believe, and I'm putting that on coaching. I really did, because I was watching the games and I was sitting there scratching my head like, what in the hell's going on? Like, where's the identity at? Like, are they a fast team? Are they a physical team? Or, you don't even know what team was going to show up. They had no identity. So one thing that we do know with Jim Harbaugh, him walking in the door, is that he's a character, he's a character identity guy of himself, right? And so I think that as a head coach, and we've seen it with Dan Campbell this year, that when you have a head coach that make everybody believe, it just resonate all the way through the team, all the way through the locker room. It trickles down. I think that the Chargers are missing that in Brandon Staley. He didn't have that to make the guys want to play for him and run.
He gambled too much.
Yes, that for sure, 100%. And so with Jim Harbaugh, he's coming in and establishing that right away. And if you look at Jim Harbaugh, he hasn't talked a whole lot. I know he mentioned the Super Bowl playoffs and all this stuff. Most of what Jim Harbaugh has been talking about is getting into the weight room today, the building blocks. What do we need to do today and start working today to put ourselves to be that team that we want to be? That's why Jim Harbaugh turns around these programs, organizations so fast, because he's about building blocks. So I'll do this, and I'll even do this. How about this? I'll agree with you. But after this season, I need, as a collective whole of all Cowboys fans, to all together, I want to make this pact, we call it a bet pact, whatever you want, this agreement. After the end of this season, let's judge the two. He regressed last year. It was a bunch of, they lost. They got 63 points put on about it. It was ugly. It was just bad all the way around. After this season, let's then compare the two record-wise. Let's compare the two stat-wise. Let's compare the two then. Because I know that Justin Herbert's first 3 years, he came in, he was on fire. He was doing stuff that was just next level. Obviously, he has, in my opinion, the biggest arm in the league and the capabilities and stuff like that. But he was doing some things to set records. And so I'll agree with the Cowboys fans right now. I'll agree that.
I'll take you back to was that his rookie? I think that was his rookie year.
Yeah.
Hey, he almost beat the Cowboys week 2 of he almost beat Dak Prescott week 2 if it wasn't for a bad pass interference call. Y'all really would have won that game. So I know. I watched Justin Herbert. I know what Herbert.
Yeah,
I know what Herbert's capable of.
And sometimes, right? Obviously I play for the team, but I'm honest, man. If somebody suck or they're not getting it done out there, I'll be the first one to call guys out. I'll call the coach out. I just, because I'm also an analyst, across games. I don't never want to come across as some favoritism of the Chargers because I played there. I just think that we've seen what Justin Herbert can do.